It was supposed to be a simple night out, a quiet evening at a cozy wine bar downtown, a chance to relax with my closest friends. We'd been planning it for weeks, and Daniel, my husband, had even encouraged me to go. Go have fun, he said, his smile calm and reassuring. You deserve it. I'll come pick you up later. His words wrapped around me like a warm blanket. It was comforting to feel that trust, that steady love. The night began perfectly. Soft music lingered in the background, blending with the laughter spilling from our table. My friends shared stories about their partners, dating disasters, and the oddities of everyday life. Everything felt easy, familiar, and light until I spoke without thinking. We were discussing relationships, the effort it takes to keep love alive, when something reckless slipped out of my mouth. Maybe it was a whine, or a misguided attempt at humor. I leaned back, swirling my glass, and grinned. If Daniel ever messed up, I'd just find someone younger to keep me entertained. The table erupted in laughter. My best friend nearly choked on her drink, and another clapped like I delivered the joke of the night. For a fleeting moment, I felt bold, admired, even. Then the laughter faded, and I sensed a shift behind me. I turned, and there was Daniel, standing quietly in the doorway. He must have arrived early to surprise me. His face was calm, unreadable, but his eyes were locked on mine, and suddenly the room felt hollow, as if the air itself had vanished. My smile faltered. Daniel. I began setting my glass down too quickly. It was just a joke. He didn't move, didn't blink. Slowly, he shook his head. Funny how jokes often reveal more truth than intended, he said, his voice steady but icy. Then he walked away. Panic surged. I hurried after him, heels clattering against the floor. Outside, he was already at the car, unlocking the door. Daniel, please. I didn't mean it. It was just a stupid joke. I grabbed his arm, pleading. When he finally met my gaze, I didn't see anger. I saw disappointment. A quiet hurt that cut deeper than any yelling ever could. You think that's funny? He asked softly. To make me the punchline? To make me seem replaceable? You humiliated me. I couldn't breathe. In my mind, it had been harmless teasing, but to him, it was a public betrayal. I whispered that I loved him, that I had never meant to hurt him. He studied me silently, then spoke slowly. Sometimes the things people say when trying to be funny show who they really are. Tonight, you made me feel small. I don't know if I can stand next to someone who laughs at me without another word. He got into the car and drove away, leaving me alone under the streetlights. My friends hovered behind, unsure how to react. The walk home felt endless. Their texts tried to console me, but the echo of that laughter, my own voice, haunted me. He brushed it off at first, saying he understood it was a joke. But deep down, I felt a shift. Something had broken. This wasn't a fleeting argument. It was a moment when everything quietly fractured. The next morning, Daniel was gone. Half his belongings had disappeared from the closet. On the kitchen counter, a note in his familiar handwriting read, I need space. Words matter. Until you understand that, we cannot move forward. I held the note, trembling. The weight of my careless words crushed me. One thoughtless comment, one attempt at humor, had driven away the man who had always been my anchor. Days turned into weeks. Calls went unanswered, messages ignored. Even when I stopped by his office, the receptionist said he wasn't available. At first, I was angry. How could he leave over something so trivial? Slowly, the truth sank in. My joke wasn't harmless. It was a cut disguised as humor. I had shown that my friend's laughter mattered more than his dignity. Months later, I learned he had moved in with his brother. He wasn't dating anyone, but he wasn't coming back. His absence was final, a boundary I had crossed. Now, when I see my friends, their laughter feels muted, cautious. Maybe they noticed the regret etched on my face. Or maybe they remember the way Daniel looked that night. A man realizing the person he loved didn't truly respect him. I live now with a silence heavier than any argument. It reminds me every day. Careless words, even in jest, can cost you something you'll never reclaim. And when someone shrugs off a remark as just a joke, I flinch, because I know too well how devastating a joke can be.